Hey guys, we're back to our third section on the page on the website, and now we're moving forward to another section, which is the our specials of the month. That is a very interesting section because this restaurant, based on our company, our client says they have some specials every month. So these are the specials of the month. All right. Why they have a special area on the website? Because they are specials, of course, but because our client is trying to sell specific dishes or specific products, they have a larger margin of revenue. Okay, all right. So this is the main perspective. So going all the way from the top to the bottom, you can see call to actions, you can see social proof, you can see history, you can see actions, locations. Now we're gonna start talking about products. Okay, it makes sense, right? So let's start with the specials. The specials, they are in total of 4 options. We have 4 options right here, and this section is actually it's very easy. I don't think it's a complicated section, but we have to be aware that we have to design some elements here that will make to pop up a little bit instead of just seeing a regular box with a picture inside. Okay, so there's a difference in terms of design. When you have some boxes with a picture inside, that way, and let me use this example here as an example for us. Here we go. This guy here is just a box with a picture inside, right? There's no secret here in terms of design. However, we created a triple gallery instead of having all the pictures here like accordingly super aligned, the same distance, the same height, the same width, everything's the same. We play a little bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So it changes the way people experience the visitor will experience the products. Okay. All right, moving forward, we have this green section. So what elements we need right from the start to have in our library so we can import to the website. So this is why it's so important, guys. I'm not hired to tell to any of my students, plan and plan and plan. Plan before, because when you plan before, your work's going to be much, much easier. Okay, so now we have one background here, which is the layer number 10, this background here, and we have the rectangle that is holding everything together, the background together. Okay, so now let's start with the background first. The first thing you have to do is the background. Don't worry about anything else. So let's work with the background first. So first, we have to check the size of our template. We're talking about 1400 by 1400 in total of how wide the template is. So let's select the total height right now. It's saying that it's 600. Okay. However, for the website, we have to expand that a lot. Expand because we have big screens, we have small screens. So you have to be aware about the expanding, but expanding with quality, right? So let's do it right now. So let me go back to my banner. I know I have a banner here somewhere. Let me use this banner here. I used this project recently for another client, and this is a good size of banner. This is a good size, even if you're using any other type of software, builder, whatever. This is a good size of banner because you can play with the picture inside the banner when you're building on Brizy. Okay, so this size here, if you want to take note, is 2,496 pixels wide in 950 pixels high. So this is a good size because you have a lot of real estate to play with your designs. All right, so let's use this one as our reference right now. It's more than enough space for our content, but we have to play safe. Okay, make sure you have a lot of space in your pictures to import in your project. All right, so let's select the picture, and second the background, and let's import everything here. So see the difference? The comparing with this size here, comparing with this side, this is way bigger. So let's expand the rectangle exactly as it is. okay? And let's expand our background, okay? So this is our background. The quality is still good because you downloaded in a very high resolution. And let's push this thing up. No gaps, no lines, no nothing. So okay, this is a perfect background. Okay, it's pretty much green all over, so probably not gonna be too heavy. So let's save as a JPEG. 168 is fine. If you want to reduce a little bit, let's go 50. Let's save a little bit, almost a little bit, than 100K for in terms of size. Let's keep the size as it is right now, and let's save on our folder. All right, let's do BG specials. Okay, that's it. Let's just leave this name. Let's go back to our builder. This is our Brizy, the magic happening here. So let's create another section, and again, a blank section. I'm not using so far any of the blocks, the templates. They are amazing, but we're creating a custom project. Okay, so let's do it. Let's create here. This is our section, and let's click here on the options, and let's just add the background. This is the second icon on the sequence of the menu. This guy here is the background tool. Let's click in the center, and let's just bring our background right here. Awesome. Our background, just click select, and right here, this is our banner. All right, if you expand the size, he's gonna follow you. If you expand or make it smaller, the background is going to follow you. Now, one thing that is important, this background here, let's go back to the background. We have a parallax effect. What is a parallax effect, Rodrigo? Is when you have your background fixed, it's not gonna move. Doesn't matter if you scroll up and scroll down, or the background is going to move with the content and you're going to transition the content, or if you have any other effect. So the background has different properties. So you have your in the top of the background, you have your content, the boxes we are going to create, but you have the background always fixed or moving along with the content. So for example, if I choose, for example, the fixed option, doesn't matter what happened, I can scroll up and down. Can you see the movement here? The background is fixed, but the content on the top is moving. Okay. If I select the animated option, look what happened. It's like that. It looks like the background is behind everything, the entire website, but it's being revealed only here on this section here, on this little section. These are two amazing effects. I really love it. So we can use it, one of those. For me, either it's fine. So you can have bring a little bit more a dynamic perspective of the section. Okay. All right. So now we have our banner, we have our design established here. And by the way, you can also create a custom overlay background on your mouse over. See, this is another thing, just to pop up, create more, engage your customer, your visitor in a different way. If you want to do it, it's fine, you can do it. Or if you can just leave the original version, of course you can use videos for your background. You can use right here. I'm not going to use it right now. We're going to keep just a picture, but this is probably the best alternative we can have at this point. Follow the template. And we can also add a map, but this is a different conversation. We're going to talk about these tools in depth later on the other modules you can find anytime soon. Okay. All right. So let's create our section here. Let's go back to our project, and the template presents us a 4-column products feature. All right. Let's start with the heavy duty work, technically speaking, which is exporting every single picture. So the first thing you have to do is make sure the pictures are in a good size and all the pictures are properly exported for web in a very light weight. Okay. All right. So let's do with the first one. Basically, it's almost square. Okay. It's almost square, but we're going to do square because we want to have the flexibility to go up and down. Okay, this is a very important tip for you. So if you're working with pictures that look like this or remind something like this, they are not completely boxed, squared, but they are a little bit shorter in height. always export in a square format so you can have, a lot of space up and down to play with your design. All right, so let's move this lasagna all the way here. This is our lasagna picture. The resolution is not that good. You're gonna have trouble here. So, all right, let's keep like this for now. This is not the ideal picture, but you're not going to find new pictures now. We're going to work with that because you need to move forward with the course. I don't want you to spend a lot of time on this section. And by the way, this is a very simple section, but let's do it. Let me save that inequality. Let's keep 50. Wow, this is too big. Wait a second. This is not the right size. Let me redo the size here. Pixels. 800 by 872 dpi. Now is the correct size, okay? 800 by 800. Let's drag again all the way here. Yeah, it's still not perfect, but anyway, in the right dimension. Okay, box dimension, square dimension. The picture is right here. It's okay. Let's export for web. Now 80K. 80K, it looks nice. 50% of quality, it's fine. Let's do special, so S1, special number 1. All right, let's do the special number 2, which is the lasagna. It looks amazing. So it's a boxed picture, by the way. The resolution is not that good as well, but let's keep moving forward because we're not going to spend more time searching for pictures. This time is over. Of course, during your project, you have to find good pictures, good quality pictures. Sometimes your client is not going to provide good pictures at all. You have to figure out by yourself how to illustrate that. Yeah, this is happening all the time, but it's part of the job. It's part of the work. It's not a big deal. Just trying to find good pictures. For now, we're going to use this one because they belong first to the template. Second, let's just say the client wants the picture. He don't want you to change the picture of their products, so you have to keep it, or you have to go with your camera and just take a picture. So and charge for this service and get more money, right? Basically, is this. So let me save this penny. This is the name, penny pasta. All right, all pictures are saved. Okay, nice. Rodrigo, what else? What else we have to do it now? Everything else is on Brizy. Anything else, you did everything right. Now everything, every single box, everything, the buttons, everything is on Brizy. Okay, let's jump over there and let's keep coming back and forth to check if our template is looking good and based on this template. All right. First, how many products? 4 products, right? And that means 4 columns. Let's do it. So 4 columns. Let's take the columns right here, drag to our project, and let's create one good column. And then you're gonna duplicate throughout the other 3. You're not gonna create 4, you're gonna work 4 times. You're gonna work 1 time very nicely, perfect, no problem, it's perfect. Then after you finish, you're gonna duplicate all of them, okay? All right, so first thing, what you have to do here in terms of elements, we have one box and another box here on the background, and the third box is the button. It's not a box, but it's the button. So let's do 2 boxes. It's gonna be one box, big box, with a container inside, with another box inside, and you have the button at the bottom. You're gonna have the title and the text. Okay, so let's go with the structure of the column. The first thing you're gonna do is just bring a row inside of this box. Perfect. That's it. Now we're gonna take this box here and drag all the way to the top. Okay, now we have 2 boxes. Let's delete this one with this big container. We don't want it. Let's just delete it. All right, so now we have 1 box. This is going to be the picture box. The blue box outside is going to be the background. Now we need to add a picture inside of this box. All right, now we have the picture element here. That's it. Now we need a title. Remember the title? Let's bring the title here. The welcome. Let's just duplicate this title here. Let's not waste time, guys. This is a quick process. Let's put under our picture. That's it. Let's bring the text. Let's duplicate the text and just push the text all the way down. Okay, awesome. Let's make this text smaller. Now the last element is the button. So we have a button somewhere here. Where's the button? Right here. Let's duplicate this button. Awesome. Let's bring this button all the way down, and there, here we go. Now we have all the elements. Again, we have the banner, the background box, the background container, the internal container with the picture. We have our text is right here, outside of the container. I just drag it. And we have the text here, the description, and we also have the button. That's it. You don't need anything else. Now it's time to work on this project. If you don't want, if you listen to me, if you don't want to have a container for the picture, specifically for the picture, you can drag the picture out of the box and delete this box. Okay, that's it. There's no problem. Or you can just use the container, because I know some people, they really like to use the container, but use the container, the picture, the background of the container as a picture. For example, let me add this picture here on the background. So this one is going to be the background. Why they like to use that? Because they can have the flexibility to use the spacer inside of the box and play with the size of the picture with the spacer. And the spacer has a property that is more flexible sometimes than the container itself. Okay, so sometimes it's just a matter of strategy, moving up and down. It's just a matter of a strategy from the element perspective. I like this one, but I work with the picture because I think you have to learn how to manipulate the pictures up and down and also inside of a container. Okay, so let's do it, or let's do the picture outside. Doesn't matter. You can do both. All right. So let's go back to our container. The first thing you have to do on a container, let's go back to the template, is make sure the color is corrected. So we're using a full white color for the container. So this is the first thing you have to do. Just select the blue box, the main container, and paint in white. Let's just do white. Perfect, that's it. Second thing, you have to go back to the template and look that the position of the picture is going up outside of the box, okay? But before that, you have to make sure the corners are properly applied. It's a curved corners. So curved corners on Brizy, you have to select the box, go on settings, more settings, and then on the corner, you have to do whatever you want. You can push like 15, maybe is the good number. Let's do 15. Actually, I like 14 or 16. Let's do 16. All right. 16 looks good, 16 looks good. Maybe you have to reduce when you multiply the number of columns, but it's fine for now. Let's keep 16. Now, the picture, let's upload our pictures. We just saved 4 pictures now for our products. So let's just upload all of them. All the 4 pictures are here. Let's go and upload 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's select the picture number 1. So this is our picture number 1. Amazing, awesome. Second, do the corner for the picture as well. So click on the picture, click on the settings, more settings, then you do 14 or 16. It depends on the proportion. We're gonna go back to the corners proportion later on. Now, let's go to the template. We see there's a little line here around. There's a little white line. There's a little red line around the template. You can see here a little stroke. Let's keep it, no problem at all. Let's go back and let's do the red stroke. Let's do the border and let's do red and number 1 because it's not a hard stroke, it's just a little bit. Let's do the same. Click on the picture, go in colors. Under the border tab, you're gonna use the white color 100%, but again, it's number 1. The size is 1. You're not going to push that much. Awesome. Okay, now let's do the proportion of the picture, the height of the picture. I'm going to do by eye, it's like an eyeball type of situation. So I think this is probably going to be enough. Like we can go back anytime, but I think this is enough for now. Let's push a little bit up. Awesome. Now, the picture is showing the center of the plate. It's kind of confusing for me. So let's click on the picture, click on the first option, and the zooming, you have a pin, a blue pin, you can move up and down. So move the picture down a little bit. See, you don't have to work on Photoshop for that. Brizy delivers to you. So you can just click it in, and then that's it. This is the position of the picture I wanted. This is the perfect for me, okay? Now, let's go back to the title. The title should be a little bit smaller, I guess. Okay, but now don't worry about that. Let's go back to our title, copy the title from the template. Okay, then go back to Brizy and paste. Okay, chicken parmigiana, amazing. Now let's do the same proportion of text we have on the template as well. Copy this guy here. Let's copy the text and just paste the text. Now looks good. Looks good. Now the text from the button, okay? The colors probably is the same. I think it's a little bit darker, but I will keep the same yellow from the page just in case. And the text is order now. Let's go back and see if it all caps is not. So let's type order now. And there's no icon. So let's remove this icon from here. Okay, all right, the button looks a little bit wider than usual, okay? So let's go back and let's do it. Let's do it very wide. So click on the button, first option on the menu of the button, and then width. If it's not showing it's like this or like this, just click on the three dots and do width. Let's do, I don't know, 70, yeah? And let's increase the size of the text by 18. Okay, let's keep 18. There's a green border here, a stroke around, I don't want it. So let's click on the button, color, and let's do border, and let's 100% invisible, and the green 100% invisible as well. All right, so let's update the page. This is our box. It is not looking like the template yet, but it will. Let's now move this box here, actually the container of the picture, the pink container, all the way up. So we can see the same effect that we have on our template. So how can you do this? You go on the corner, click on the corner of the container, then go to settings, then go to more settings, and again go to the option with the four corners, the configuration and the settings for the four corners right here. Click on this one, and then from here you move your picture all the way up. Okay, all right, that looks nice. That looks okay. It's not a big deal. Let's just leave like that. There's no shadow, no nothing. This is the template. All right, now let's move the button. Oops, there's a hole over here on with the white button. Let's just click here. The white and the BG should be yellow. Here you go, should be yellow. We can even do a little bit darker just in case. Okay, all right, awesome. Let's centralize the button. And now let's push the button, because the template is showing like the button is off as well. It's off the grid, it's off the box. So let's go again and just push this button. The same thing, click on the button, click on the settings, and then at the bottom setting, we have to move all the way down, right? Okay, it looks good. It looks good. Now it's time for us to duplicate. So let me delete this box. The second box I'm gonna delete right here. And then this box here, the blue box, I'm going to duplicate 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Now we're going to start having a shock of reality of how the template looks like. Okay. First thing, you have to make this title very small. So let's go and reduce the title until you got 1 line. Get 1 line? Awesome. Second, there's a lot of space here on this text. I don't know why, but we copy from a different element. So let's click on this text. Let's go to settings, more settings, and let's clean this text all the way. So it's when you click here, goes back to 0. When you click here, goes back to 0. Or equalize the size of the space, including the padding and the margin. So when I click here, I zero in all the settings. I'm gonna do the same for this one. So settings, more settings, and I'm gonna zero in as well for this one. So I have 0 here and 0 here. However, we know there's a letter G here. That's why it's pushing down. But it's fine. It's not a problem. Let's go back to the template, and you can see it's aligned everything to the left. Okay. So we have a space here and a space right here. So there's a space everywhere. So just make sure we have the breathing space in our box for every single element. This is a work that you're going to do one time, then just duplicate all for the others. Okay, let's skip this one. Let's bring this one all the way down. Let's click here. Actually, let's go to the button settings, and let's clean the settings for the button as well. So now we have a exactly perspective of how everything looks like. Let's go back to the settings on the picture, more settings, and let's zero everything. And let's zero the container too that we did before, settings, more settings, and zero everything again. So now see, this is how the box looks like without any effect, anything connected. Okay, so the button, we need a lot of space everywhere here. So let's start adding the space tool in between these parts. So first thing, space in between the text. So the text one and the title, they will have enough space. Okay, then you're going to duplicate the space and put between the button and the text. So now I have space for both. We don't need space for the picture, for the container, because the picture is going to go up, but let's see how it looks like. Rodrigo, I have a lot of space here. Why this is happening? Because I don't have enough, because the other elements, they're going all the way down. So they're pushing this situation. So let's go here and duplicate again this 4 times. And let's delete these elements because we don't want these elements anymore. They do not represent what you're looking for. And let's duplicate this one. So see how it changes? So now we have almost the perfect scenario. I think we have to delete this space here. I don't think we need this space at this point. But let's add the other titles to see how it looks like and change the pictures, okay? So let's change this picture number 1. Let me delete this picture, click in the center, and actually my library, put the lasagna on it. Awesome. Let's go back again, change the picture of this one, and add our potato. And then do the same for the last picture as well. So let's go with the penny pasta. All right, now let's change the titles. Let's change the titles. Let's go back to the Photoshop, lasagna, or in Brazil we call lasagna. Lasagna, that is the name. Here we go. Let's go back to Photoshop, Italian potato, right? So let's go with Italian potato here as well. And let's go on the final one, penny la Italia, I guess, and then just add it. All right, so now we have it. It looks good. To be honest, it looks nice, very nice. Now, one of the things I'm missing here, let me delete the space from this guy, and from this guy. Now it's a work that is a combination of actions for all columns, okay? This is a work you're gonna do to make sure to customize and make sure everything looks good, looks perfect. And this is the time to make decisions as well. You have to stick with everything on the draft is saying, but this is a reference for you to have as a designer, okay? As a web designer as well. So let's go back to Brizy. Now I see the picture is a kind of a square. It's almost a square. So let me see the distance here. We're talking about 70 height, 100. That is nice. So for you to have to do all the calculation for every single picture, just hit the right button, copy, and then hit the right button on the top of the second picture and paste the style. Again, click, paste the style, click, and paste the style. See? Fast, easy, no problem. Now, let's go to the container again. Click on the container and let's move up. Settings, more settings, and let's go up. Margin and all the way up. Here we go. So we're talking about 40. Let's do 45. Oops, 45. All right, 45. Nice. Again, let's do the same thing for the others. So this is the pink container. Right click on the pink container, copy, go to the pink container, the second one, right click, paste the style. Right click, paste the style. Right click, paste the style. Okay, nice. Now let's do the button. Okay, let's push the button down. Click the button, settings, and then under margin, you're gonna do at the bottom margin, we're gonna push it down. Look at this. Why are you not going down? Oops. Which container I'm talking here? It's supposed to be the button going down. Let me see. Not the one, not the bottom one. Okay, let me redo this. This is the button. I'm sure I'm clicking on the button. Let me see here. Margin and the button. Hey, this is interesting. What is moving is the margin for the button. Let's do the padding. Okay. Yeah. Is the button. Is actually the button. However, they're somehow they are using the background as a reference, okay? All right, no problem at all. Let's try to do with the box behind, okay? Settings, more settings. Let's do the margin, and let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's the same. This is very interesting. Okay, so let's reduce this box. Let me add another container. Let me add a container here, no problem. Let me move this container all the way down, delete the first container, I don't want it. Let's push this button inside of the container. Let's click here on the container, settings, more settings, and let's now play with the margin, see what happens. Here we go. It's actually, to be honest, it's actually almost the same. It's almost the same thing. I was expecting to have more, but no problem. Let's do the same. Let's remove this container. Let's remove the container, and I'm gonna push. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the button, settings, more settings. Let me push as much as we can. I will do minus 45. Let's keep the 45 as our standard reference. And then I'm gonna add a spacer in between the button. And then I can control the spacer with the button right this, like exactly like this. This is perfect for me. Then I have the proportion I was looking for, okay? Now, you have to copy and duplicate and put a spacer on the top of each button, which is okay because repetition brings things to the perfection, okay? So repeat all the process copying the spaces. Now we're gonna copy the button configuration. Copy the button, right click on the button, copy, then click on the second button and paste the style. It's supposed to be happening here, but it's not happening, it's okay. Click on the button, settings, go to the margin, 45 minus 45. Let me copy this number here just to make fast for us to manage. And then let's go to the button again, settings, then minus 45. All right, the same here, settings, and then breaking 4 areas, 4 sides, and then minus 45. All right, so now we have minus 45 for each one of them. Let me just remove the spacer now to see how it looks like. See, the spacer was just for the first one, not for all of them. So I'm deleting it right now, and now I have it. I have a very nice perspective. I think it's a little bit across the board, but it's okay. It's not a problem. Let's just keep like this. Now, looking just to finalize this section, we need to finalize that. Let's go back. We have some space here in between the sections. Can you see the space here? So this is the space we have in between the sections right here. See? So now you need to create a space in between as well on Brizy. So the easiest way to do is go to the blue container, which is the main container of all of them. Click here, settings, more settings. Now you're gonna play with the margin of this container. I think 10 will be enough. 10 should be enough. Let's do 10. Okay, 10 on one. Let's click on the right button, copy, and then just paste the style for all the other containers. All right, that's it. This is nice. It's looking great. It's looking very great. Let's go back to our template, original template, and here we go. Now we have it. I see more space here than there, but it looks very, very similar. Look at this. Look at this is the original one, and this is the one we just built. I think probably, to be honest with you, I would do this title at the center of the picture, just in case. I feel it's more aligned. I don't know the text, if the text should be in the center. Let's try this one too. Let's try this one. It looks way better. This is my opinion, way better. I think it looks much better. All right, so now we have our boxes done. Then we have to add a title here. So let me duplicate the address, and let's just bring down here and put on the top of this section. And then I don't know why he is right here in this position, but it's okay. It's probably because of all the pictures we push up. Let's just paint in white. And then let me create a spacer right here. And this spacer is going to be the key for us to have a very nice alignment. You see, I'm pushing the borders all the way up and down so you can have the proper space at the bottom, proper space on the top. It looks okay. Now, what is the title for this one? The title for this one is Ours is Special of the Month. So let's do specials of the month. Hour is too much, right? Let's do specials of the month. All right. And let's push this guy up. I think it's probably going to be 28.32 at least. Yeah. Let's keep like that. Let's do a semi-bold. All right. So we had two lines here. If I'm not wrong, we have one line crossing it around. We can do it, but at this point, I think we're fine. Maybe I'm going to use the line under the title. That's going to look, I think, better than just the line crossing the board. So the title is holding the whole situation. So let me do it again. Sometimes I do a lot of stuff very fast. So let's go add on the plus button on the tools, line, the line object, and just drag right here. So this is, I think this is probably the best way to do it. The line looks more, balanced, more organized. But if you want, you can create a gradient here if you want. But I don't think it's necessary. Let's just add size number 1 because it's not a special line. It's just a crossing line. It's fine. It's okay. And that's it. And it looks great. It looks pretty great. Let's see how it looks in real browsing experience. Like here, again, this is it's a big screen, but it looks everything central. Oh, look at that. And the background is stopped. I think it's fixed. It's moving. Yeah, no, it's moving. It's moving across. It look good. It looks good. I don't think about the line. I think the line is maybe it's too much. Let's remove this line here. Maybe we need to add a description under the text. That's gonna make more sense to have a description under it. And let's paint white. Then you can use a text from here. Kind of a description of the special of the month, but there's a distance here. I don't like this distance, so let's kill the distance here. So select the text, go on settings, more settings, and just zero the distance here on the top. You can zero from the title too. Select the title, settings again, more settings, and zero the title, so they're a little bit closer from each other. Then we can add this spacer here. I'm gonna push a little bit down just to make sure it looks good. Let's refresh the page. From this to this, it looks better. Looks way better. All right. So this is our section. This is our specials. They look good. Oh, there's a transparency here. This is not what we're looking for. Let's go back. The mouse over. When you go to mouse over here, there's a transparency. See, it's not all the way up. It's 89% color. It has to be 100%, right? All right, now it's 100%. Can I have to do everything 100% for each one? No, just copy, right click, left click, paste the style, and check it. Right click, paste the style, check it again. Right click, paste the style, and check it again. That's it. All right, guys. So this was the section for the specials of the month. All right, amazing. Let's keep moving. Happy you watch all the way here. Let's move forward to the next section. What is the next section? The next section is this one, Italian family night. We're gonna have a picture. We're gonna have a tag over here. We're gonna have a box. We're gonna have a picture crossing over. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But the concept is pretty much the same we're doing all the way all across this page. So let's go. Let's do it right here. The next video. Okay. See you on the next video.